Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Rand and today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC Vegas 43 main events, meaning the feature fight, the co-main event, and the main event. Be sure to check out the videos I did throughout the week covering all the fights on the card up to this one. And now let's get into this this fantastic Walmart card. Let's do it. It might be a Walmart card, but you know what? There's a lot of quality fights. Just like there's a lot of quality items at Walmart, there's a lot of quality fights on this card. Alright, here we go. Starting off, the bantamweight fight between Yahya. Is it Hani or Rani? I don't know. But we got I'm going to call him Hani. He is Brazilian and they pronounce their R's like huh, like an H sound. So we got Yahya taking on Kang, Mr. Perfect. Woo! This is going to be a good one. Very interesting one, too, at that. Yahya, 27-10-1. Yes, he has double-digit losses. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu extraordinaire. Great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. He is actually a 4th-degree black belt. Be careful on the ground with Yahya. That's all I got to say there. He trains out of Constrictor team with such names as Francisco Trinaldo, Renato Moicano, and Luigi Vendramini. All come out of that Constrictor team. A great training facility out of Brazil. He's coming off a win against Ray Rodriguez via submission, of course, triangle choke. He got him in round 2. He's 3-1-1 in his last 5. His one loss is to Ricky Simone. Not the best BJJ. Well-rounded, though. And it was by unanimous decision because Yahya does have a little bit of durability. Okay, these guys are very similar in age, even though Yahya looks much older. But I'll give Kang the Asian youth look because he is Korean. But Yahya is only 30, or he's only 2 years older than Kang. 36, 34. Now, Kang, he fights out of the Busan team MAD in Busan, South Korea. He's coming in with almost double-digit, but not quite there double-digit loss. He's got a record of 17-8. So Yahya does have a lot more pro experience, being 27-10-1. But Kang, he's not at double-digit losses yet, though. So I guess that's a fair trade there when it comes to that. He's coming off a win off of Ping Yan Lee, split decision against that Chinese fella. He's 4-1 in his last 5. His one loss came to Ricardo Ramos. But he didn't get submitted, though. It was a very close split decision loss to Ricardo Ramos. And the thing is, Kang, Mr. Kang, has a 3-inch height, 5-inch reach advantage over Yahya. I think that's going to come into play here. Now, Kang may not be a 4th-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. However, he does have some grappling skills, and he has displayed them in the past. Okay, let's see what the cappers have to say in regards to this fight. Coincidentally, I want to add, Kang, I have a half-brother through my Korean mother that lives in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Shout out to Alan. His last name is Kang. And I joke with him sometimes when I see him that he's Kang's older brother. But really not. And he's actually younger than 34, so it'd be younger brother. But he's actually my younger brother. Anyway, that doesn't make any difference in this. I'll just say, coincidentally, Kang is my half-brother's last name as it is Kyung Ho, Mr. Perfect's last name. Okay, let's see what the cappers have to take. And this one did open up -110 both sides coin flip odds. But now, Kyung Ho Kang, the line moved slightly, making him a slight favorite at -115. Yahya, Rani Yahya, it's Yahya. Yo Yahya. Anyway, Rani Yahya -105, so very close. Let's see what the cappers have to say about this one. Taking Kyung Ho Kang, we've got, I haven't used them in a bit, but I do like them. Oh, don't even give me the marker shit already. Just started. You know what the problem is? Nora uncaps these when she doesn't put the cap all the way on, they dry out. But we've got King of Correct Downs, 5095. He's a handicapper out of Washington, D.C. Very good. I used to use him a lot. Instead of having a full fight card video, he does his videos like fight by fight by fight, and they're all like quick, like 3-minute breakdowns. But man, that's a style that, like Vlad does that same style. A lot of different fighters or cappers do that same style. I can take it or leave it. It's easier when I'm driving to listen to the full card breakdown. Nonetheless, King of Crackdowns is taking Kyung Ho Kang. Then we've got Brady from DFS by the numbers. I know he was also on Stat Diggers. I usually don't like to recycle cappers I've used throughout the week, but it's Brady. I mean, come on. His picks were there. I listened to them, so I wrote them down. Oh, he's saying by decision for Kang here. He thinks he's got well-rounded mixed martial arts skills that he may be able to fend off takedown attempts from the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 4th degree black belt. Then we've got Dev the Dude. Dev and his buddy Cell, both taking Kang, both by decision too. Let's throw that in there. Decision seems to be the pick for a lot of these cappers. The over 2.5 is the preferable pick. It's not preferable, but that's what the bookies think it's going to go because they got it at -150. If you want to think it's going to go under, you'll get paid out a little bit at +120. Okay, we've got both Matt and Craig from Fight Night Picks, the Allen brothers. Both those guys are taking Kang. Matt Allen, who doesn't ever do method around, did say he thinks it's going to happen via 3rd round knockout. Very interesting. He thinks that Yahya's there's a spider. I thought spider season was over here. I thought it was too cold for them. Whatever, I'll let it live. He says Yahya's cardio seems to fade toward the end. That's where Kang is going to use his striking advantage, which on the feet, I have to agree, Kang probably is the better striker. On the ground, though, if Yahya gets it down there, I was sweating. I think he's got the advantage come submission grappling. Like wrestling, I don't know. It could be a toss-up, I'm not sure, because Kang has good takedown defense, which I hope he employs here. Okay, then we've got UFC gambling. Oh, I'm sorry, UFC Celebrities and Classics. That is my buddy Vlad. Range says pick the side. I guess I have to pick. I'm gonna pick Kyung Ho Kang, the Korean. All right. However, we've got. Don't fret. Even though there's 5 of them here, it's not a full capper consensus. I do have a contrarian pick in there too. I used a couple. I used 6 on this show. Like I said, it was a long ride back from Queens today. So I also incorporated a contrarian picker. Let me try to get a marker that actually doesn't smudge and run. Johnny K picks. Johnny K. I like Johnny K because he is active in not only mine, but a lot of these cappers chats. I see his name all the time. He's always throwing up and he watches the video because he throws up information regarding the video, which I like. He's saying, yeah, I should be able to get the submission here. That is very viable because, man, this guy can submit anybody. That's why he's a danger on the ground. But I don't know if it's going to go there because I get influenced by these cappers. That's why I watch them. And I'm going to have to go with the capper majority. It would have been a consensus if it wasn't for Johnny K. So I'm going to have to go with the Korean here. I am kind of biased. But he does have a 3-inch height, 5-inch reach advantage also, which I think he will use that to his advantage when it comes to standing up striking. I think he's going to do his best to keep that fight on the feet, outstrike him, maybe get some cage control time, like when he presses up against the cage. I would imagine in the clinch, Kang also has that going for him. When it comes to the ground, though, if it does, that's when I'm going to be kind of nervous and kind of sweating. But I will take Kang to get it done by decision because the judges do prefer seeing strong strikes rather than boring ground control and control time. And that has been shown in the past. I'll give you an example of it later on when we talk about this girl. Anyway, moving on. Next, we've got the fight between, this is going to be a very interesting banger too. We got Maverick, Michael Kiesa, coming in here, man, against the undefeated Shawn, no need for nickname, Brady. Okay, Shawn Brady is the favorite here. He's actually minus 158, but when I wrote this down, he was a 150. Went up 8 points. Kiesa, 17 and only 5 losses. Underdog at plus 130. Now that is actually 138 on Bet Online. But let's start talking about these boys. Okay, starting with the favorite and Shawn Brady coming out of Renzo Gracie in Philadelphia with like Pat Sabatini, Jeremiah Wells. There's other names. Oscar put the guy from that just kicked ass off of the Contender Series. Oscar Pistra, what's his name? I can't think of it. But anyway, they have a lot of good fighters coming out of Philadelphia, and I am biased to Philly fighters because I did live in Philadelphia for 5 great years of my life. Shawn Brady is coming off a win against Jake Matthews. Triangle choked him, surprise, surprise, round 3. Before that, his other wins, notable wins, his most recent 4, I'll tell you, because he's undefeated. So obviously 5-0 his last 5. But he's got a win over Christian Aguilera. Guillotine, another submission, round 2. Interesting. Ismail Nordiev, who is no longer in the UFC, but he has missed. I liked him. His name ends in V. He's decent. I think he's in a maybe LFA, PFL. He's in a lesser promotion, maybe even Bellator. I don't know, but I know Ismail Nordiev is no longer UFC. And then Court McGee, a grappler, good wrestling, decent striking, pretty well-rounded. He did not get submitted by Shawn Brady. Shawn Brady beat Court McGee by unanimous decision. And before he came to the UFC, he was, of course, Cage Fury, CFFC, that is that Philadelphia regional scene, and he's got bouts in the LFA. Now let's talk about Maverick, Michael Kiesa. This guy, this is a welterweight fight, 170. Michael Kiesa has been known to fight at 155. Huge 155er. Huge for 170. He does have a 3-inch height and 3-inch reach advantage over Shawn Brady. And it's not like he's got that thin, that thin Sean Woodson type frame. He's filled out, Michael Kiesa. He's tall and lanky, but it's not thin. He doesn't have stork legs. He's filled out. You know what I'm saying? Maverick is coming off a loss to Vicente Luque, but Vicente Luque is I'm high on him. I think Vicente Luque's awesome. I like him a lot. He's 4-1 in his last 5. Before that loss to Vicente Luque, he beat people such as Neil Magny, Rafael Dos Anjos, RDA. RDA was a one-time champion, I do believe. Diego Sanchez, you know, a lot of opinions up in the air about that guy. And he has a win over Carlos Condit before that. And a lot of these cappers I've been watching, they've been picking Kiesa fights wrong both ways. Like the ones he wins, they've been going against him, and then they picked him to beat Luque, and he lost that. So a lot of people cannot. This is their poison to their, you know, their kryptonite to their strength, or whatever you want to call it. They're having trouble picking Michael Kiesa fights. That's what I'm saying. I personally have been nailing him. And I know he's out of Washington State, out of Sick Jitsu, but his last fight with Vicente Luque, I don't know if it was just that fight or something, but I know he was training down in Vegas or near Vegas for something. I want to say maybe like, I don't want to throw any fake news out there. I'm not sure, but I remember back when he was fighting Vicente Luque, he was training somewhere in Vegas or near Vegas, something like that. So I don't think he's still at Sick Jitsu, but maybe, because as I mentioned earlier, a lot of fighters out of Washington State, coincidentally. Miesha Tate, Michael Kiesa, I mentioned Sam Hughes, Terrence McKinney, all of them from Washington, but all of them from different training facilities. Just coincidence. Weird, isn't it? Might do an all Washington parlay. Wouldn't that be interesting? Probably not, though. Sam Hughes messed that up for you. And Terrence McKinney. Anyway, that's a discussion tomorrow for tomorrow's live stream. Be sure to tune into that. Okay, let's see what the cappers have to say about this fight between the undefeated Shawn Brady and Michael Kiesa. Taking the favorite here in Brady, we've got Johnny K. Johnny K picks is saying by decision for Shawn Brady. Then we've got Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics. Don't let me get carried away. I'm going to give you a couple picks for Kiesa because this is a lot closer than you think. DFS Brady, DFS by the numbers, is thinking Kiesa. Now, I know you guys that use ESPN Plus to watch Fight Night free, you know, so you don't, like, if you have the fight card, I don't know, but I watch all this crap from ESPN Plus, and you can't help but not see that Michael Kiesa, Justin Gaethje video. I think it's for, like, Cuervo or Tequila, and they just can't stop looking at each other. They're, like, doing a face-off. Hey, welcome, and everything they say, they're just eyeing each other down, and like Gaethje's like, I think you might be out of lines. And then they show him down, they're still eye to eye. We got plenty of lines. Oh yeah, you got plenty of lines. You know that, I know you've seen the commercial, but in that commercial, Kiesa's got a size advantage over Gaethje, which is interesting. He's a pretty big guy. I don't know how he was doing it at 155, but this is his comfort zone, 170. And coincidentally, I don't know if this has any like variant toward your gambling picks, but Justin Gaethje had that win over just recently. It's gonna drive me. I can picture him. He's got the cauliflower ear, Bellator guy. Oh man, it's gonna bug the shit out of me if I don't. I'm so sorry, guys, but where was it? Chandler, yes, he had that the victory over Chandler, and you know what? That was like when I was seeing that commercial, the commercial with him and Michael Kiesa, that was a variable for me. I'm like, you know what? because of the commercial, because I was on the fence with that Chandler Gaethje fight. I was back and forth, but you know what tipped me over to the Gaethje side? That damn commercial, because I kept, you know, ESPN kept feeding it to me, even subconsciously, between every fight, that commercial come on, hey, nice place you got here, oh, Chelsea did it all, blah, blah, you know, the whole thing's like, oh, this is going to be a good fight. He's like, I don't know, I can't see the TV because I'm looking at you. Anyway, you know the commercial I'm talking about. Kiesa's in that commercial. I don't know that, that's stupid. It's ridiculous to say that has any effect, but you know what? You got to think that it's got to play. Kiesa, I don't know, maybe it's taken away from the will to win. Kiesa also has done desk time. You've seen him as a commentator too. So it's not like he doesn't have a path or a career if he does not make it in the UFC as a champ. He's 17-5. The thing is, if he wants to become champion level, he's got to get past this undefeated kid in Shawn Brady. That is a tough order. I don't know. This is a close fight. Closer than the line suggests too. I think this should be a little bit. Kiesa at plus points, plus money. Oh, I'm so tempted. Anyway, where was I? Throw another one up for Shawn Brady. We've got King of Crackdowns, KFC. He's saying Brady should get the submission in the second. And that's the thing. Kiesa does have good grappling. I want to say he's like maybe brown belt in jiu-jitsu. But I've seen holes in his jiu-jitsu game. He's like some of these other cappers said, he's a great hammer, but he's also a good nail. Meaning, like, if he gets on top, he can use that top heavy pressure and use that with his advantage. But if he's on the bottom, boy, he struggles on the bottom. He struggles when he's off his back. He's not the best off his back. He's not the best when he's got to flop around on the bottom. I don't know. He's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me to, if I'm backing Kiesa, it's uncomfortable to see him on his back. Very uncomfortable. I don't like it. But also taking Michael Kiesa, we've got Fight Night picks. Craig, they're split. That's right. Craig is taking Kiesa, but Matt is over here taking Shawn Brady. Matt is the younger brother with the long hair, always makes basketball references, which I don't care for him, but I guess some people that like basketball can relate. I'd rather wrestle and lose than play basketball. I used to have a t-shirt in high school that said that. But anyway, still nonetheless, Matt and Craig are split on this. And also, who else is split? Dev and Sal. Dev the dude is taking Brady. Dev the dude won. He's saying by decision for Shawn Brady. And then Sal thinks Kiesa has more sick jitsu. He's got more quality experience. And he likes the height and reach advantage of Kiesa. And he thinks Kiesa can get it done here. Dev said Brady's a lock. Sal said he's taking Kiesa, no problem. So interesting on that point. I'm struggling with this one a little bit, but I have come to a decision. I already made my pick on Tapology. I already put it in a parlay. I'm a degenerate. I bet throughout the week, so I've already locked him in a little bit. I'm taking Shawn Brady to keep his undefeated. That's the thing, I talked myself into it because Kiesa he's got the commercial. That wasn't done for free. He got paid for that. He's got his behind the desk commentary. He could always fall back on that because they like him. He's a personality and he's well spoken. I mean, he's pretty handsome, I guess you could say too. Like he's not ugly for the camera, and doesn't matter for fight fans. You'd be whatever. But I'm saying he's likable. He's good. He's not shy in front of the camera. He can fall back on that even with a loss here. Shawn Brady, he does not want to take that. He does not want to tarnish that egg, that goose egg, that 0-loss record. He's going to move up the ranks. Brady wants this. Brady wants to this is the highest level opponent Shawn Brady's had to face ever in his career. So this is a big test for him. But I think he's going to be able to pull it off. I'm taking Brady in this, and I think he'll probably get it done. I don't know if he's going to take Kiesa out. So I'm going to say decision, but I don't know. Maybe he might be able to get a submission because Vicente Luque got that. Yeah, he got the Darce choke in round 1. And like I said, that's a hole in Kiesa's game is when he's on his back. And Brady does have that forward aggression, that pressure. He'll go for those takedowns. Shawn Brady will. He's you know what? Not decision. I'm going to say within distance. On Tapology, I'll probably say submit. My bet, I'm going to prop this. You damn well right I am. I'm going to prop Shawn Brady within distance. But on Tapology, to get, you got to get detailed with it. I'm going to say submission round 2. But within distance will be my bet. Finally, we're at the main event. This is I don't know. I'm not going to knock it. I do like this card. I just wish this wasn't the main event. I think this is more of like a feature fight or early main card type fight. But whatever, not the headliner. But who am I? I don't know. Anyway, we've got Phenomeno, Ketlen Viera with a record of 11-2. Up and coming star, shining. She's taking on Miesha Tate. Now Miesha Tate is on her return. She did have that glorious victory over the 40-something-year-old gym teacher, Marion Renault. But prior to that, she had a mysterious, about 5-year layoff? But evidently she's progressed and gotten better and came back like Miesha Tate 2.0. Some people are even calling her Miesha Tate 4.0. That's how much better she's got. Her Instagram, she's got nudes out there. There's tape of her riding, pornographic tapes of her. I've seen them. They work. Unless you're no fapping, then do not watch those. But anyway, Miesha Tate is 19-7. She's got those 7 losses, but not since her return from the layoff. And she is a new person since the layoff. And before the layoff, she was still a competitor. Like she beat Holly Holm. Let me see. Cupcake, Miesha Tate. The last win, like I said, Marion Renault, ground and pound round 3. I was fading her because I didn't know how she was going to look on her return. So I thought maybe Marion Renault wanted to retire with a win. But I guess I was wrong. And plus she was big plus money, and you know I'm a junkie for that shit. So if you count that with the fights before the layoff, 3-2 in her last 5. Her 2 losses were to Raquel Pennington, and Amanda Nunes. Like I said, those happened back 5 years ago, 2016. And Amanda Nunes, she's the GOAT. Of course, she's going to take her out in round 1, like she does everybody. Okay, Miesha Tate trains out of Victory Athletics in Washington State, like I said. She has, in her layoff, she did have a child. And she was in a poisonous relationship, but now she's with, what's his name? He's another fighter. His name escapes me right now. I guess it doesn't matter that much. Somebody can put it in the comments. I appreciate that. And Miesha Tate, man, she's a mystery. She is 5 years older Then Viera, the up-and-coming prospect. She's 35, which some people, once they, that's the bad 30s. After 34, it goes to bad 30s. That's what they call, not they as in a group, but a couple people think that after 34 is the downfall for female fighters. Whereas in male fighters, their downfalls after like 38. And then it depends on weight class, because you can obviously, light heavyweight champ right now is 42. So, and that's all speculation up there's, I'm sure there's stats, but I don't, whatever, age 5 years, that doesn't make a difference to me. Ketlen Viera though, she's 11-2. Odds are very close, -115, -105. Ketlen Viera is coming off a loss to Yana Kunitskaya. Thank goodness, because I had Yana. I remember watching that with Vlad and BC Dave, and I was the only one in the whole chat room, only one that put money on Yana Kunitskaya. Everybody was loading heavy on Ketlen Viera for that fight, because she had the massive grappling advantage, the ground game. But what happened? She did have ground control time out the wazoo, but you know what? Striking! Yana Kunitskaya outstruck her. Don't quote me on this, but I think it was like 120 strikes to like 13 throughout the entire fight. Because she get down, then she just smother her, but that whole time she's smothering her, not even going for like a real submission, just, you know, doing some movements and stuff. The whole time, Kunitskaya is jab, 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 jab. Anywhere she can get a punch in, she was doing it, and they were counting them as significant strikes. And the judges were seeing all that like Tasmanian devil punching from the bottom, from her back, from Kunitskaya, whereas in Viera, second, third round, just smothering her, being lazy. Like, oh, I took her down, now I'm just gonna hold her down and see if I can win by control time. You gotta be more active than that, girl. You know what I'm saying? Getting her down is good, controlling her is good, but act on it. Do some more. And that's why she lost that to Yana Kunitskaya. Before that, she had a unanimous decision win against Sarge Sajara Eubanks. Before that, she got knocked out round 1 by Irene Aldana. That was in 2019, so not that long ago. And there's her 2 losses. Yana Kunitskaya, Irene Aldana. Prior to that, she was on that huge, like, 10 fight streak. She beat people like Sarah McMahon was in there. She got her by a triangle choke. And the Kat Zingano, she got her, I think, decision. I want to say there was 2 fights against Kat Zingano, but the other one was a exhibition bout. So maybe that was just submission wrestling or something. Anyway, she trains out of Novo União, Manas. Not the main Novo União. The main one is in like Brasilia or something. This one is in Manas, Brazil. But Ketlen Viera, aside from having a slight age advantage, she has 2-inch height and 1.5-inch reach advantage. I don't think that's going to be a big play here. That's 2 inches, bud. That's 1.5. That means she's got like 3/4 of an inch on each end of her limbs. That's nothing, really. That is not nothing. That's nothing. So anyway, enough of me rambling. Let's see what the Cappers have to take here in this very close fight. Very close odded fight too. Is it Tate 2.0, or is it the Tate with the 7 losses against Viera, the prospect with only 2 losses? Very interesting. Let's see what the Cappers have to say. We've got Dev and Cell both in agreement on Tate, and they think it's going to be within distance. Tate's going to finish her. Okay, then we've got both the brothers from Fight Night Picks, Matt and Craig Allen. Then we've got DFS. Brady is saying Tate by knockout. She is a knockout too. She's gorgeous. She's a beautiful, beautiful girl. I don't like her face that much, but her body is definitely right perfect. UFC celebrities and classics. Surprise, surprise, Vlad said it's going to go over 1.5. It's a 5-round fight, Vlad. Come on. Over 1.5, what's that? -600? Really? But if I have to take a side, I'll side with Tate. Well, thank you. Over 1.5. That's my bet. No wonder he goes perfect cards, because his bets are over 1.5 on a female fight. Yeah, that's a given. That's an easy pick, Vlad. Come on. I love you, but come on, dude, stop. Stop with that crap. Then we've got King of Crackdowns, also taken Tate by decision. And finally, the contrarian pick again by himself, Johnny K is saying, Johnny K picks is taking Viera, Ketlen Viera by decision. I like it, man. He's got some, he thinks that win against Marion Renault was not that good of a win, and he's right. Marion Renault's a 42-year-old gym teacher that said she was retiring before she even fought. So there was, like, in retrospect, I should have never took her on a bet, because she went in there, didn't even care if she won or win or lose. You know, I know, of course, she cared. They all care a little, but once she goes in there and starts getting pieced up, her will just keeps dropping lower and lower, and that's why come third round she got ground and pounded, because just the will, the heart was not there from the get-go. Okay, but I can't hate that. I really can't. Ketlen Viera, but you know what I do hate is Ketlen Viera's cardio. That's what saved me on that Giannis Kunitskaya bet. Because that whole fight, I'm like, man, I picked the wrong side. Everybody was picked. But she did, like, those stats, that's a real thing. It's like 100 and something strikes for Kunitskaya. Ketlen Viera had like 13. The whole fight. And the last round, she was just surviving. She got the takedown, she got the cover, but that was it. Then she was just hugging her. Just like, oh, let this round end. Her cardio was diminished. If she didn't have that takedown, Kunitskaya probably would have pieced. If Kunitskaya had any type of grappling, ground game, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at all, she would have, she won anyway by decision, but I think she would have got it within distance. And this is a 5-rounder. 5-rounder. Viera, she's got rounds 1 and 2 to get shit done. If she doesn't get it done in round 1 and 2, Tate's gonna come out on top. If Tate happens to win round 1 or 2 and pocket that, good night, forget about it. Live better, for sure, because it's come rounds 4 and 5, if it makes it that far, Viera's gonna be gassed out. She does not have the cardio. Tate's already been to 5 rounds, I'm sure, right? She Holly Holm, right? Or she's had was she a champ ever? I think, yeah. When she beat Holly Holm, she was a champion, right? Anyway, I'm taking Tate, and I think she's gonna get it done within distance again. Yeah, Japanese, baby. I'm taking Tate. Yeah, she'll end her. She'll end Viera. Viera's garbage after round 2. So I'm gonna say round 3 for Tate. How? I don't know. KO? Probably TKO. TKO round 3. But my prop bet, or Tapology, I'm saying TKO KO round 3. My prop bet that I make is going to be within 2.5 rounds, if I can do that. It'll go over 1.5. Yeah, Vlad, you're probably right, it will. Look at right here. Over 4.5 is minus 140. So over 1.5 has got to be minus 600. Something ridiculous. If you think it's under 4.5, it's only a plus 110. You know? So I'm thinking round 3. I feel lucky about it. And I think even still, minus 105, just take her on the money line. Take her on the money line. I think that's a good parlay piece also. I'm good with Tate. I'm confident with Tate. And there you have it. So to recap. What? You can't do the recap with me? Well, alright. People were asking about you last night. Whatever. Nora's got to go potty. So she can't recap. But to recap, time check. I've got... Now she's going to come watch. No. I've got Kang. Being the more well-rounded fighter. Having enough takedown defense and grappling in his back pocket to not get tapped out. Good defensive grappling to not get tapped out by Yahya and edging out a decision. Then I've got Shawn Brady keeping his flawless, undefeated record, undefeated, getting a submission win over Michael Kiesa. I'm not sure about the submission. I'm not sure about round 2, but I'm going to say within distance because Philadelphia BJJ trumps Sick Jitsu. I'm just saying out loud that. I still might put a stupid Washington State bet in just cause I'm a degen. Put like $5 or $10 on Kiesa, McKinney, Hughes. Time check, a little late. All right. So I got Shawn Brady beating Michael Kiesa, and finally I've got Miesha Tate getting it done over a gassed out Ketlen Viera after round 2. Over 2.5 rounds will be my official play, but I'm gonna put this is a parlay: Brady, Tate, and Kang. That's a 3-leg parlay, and I like Tate to get it done. TKO, round 3. So there you have it. Gather the info, place the bets, and cash those tickets. Cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching. Be sure you give me that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Fill the comments with who you think is going to win these fights and other fights throughout the card. I covered every fight on the card now. Tune in. Oh, that's beautiful. Tune in tomorrow for live stream the after the face-offs video, because some of these are subject to change after I watch. If people had problems making weight, if people missed weight, I might change. All these are subject to change after I see how they look in the face-offs. And most likely BC Dave will be in there. He hasn't told me otherwise. And there may be a special guest. Maybe. I'm not going to mention his or her name yet because I don't want to. I don't know yet. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Can you say it off camera?
I'll tell you after. Yeah, I'll show you pictures and everything. But anyway, come back tomorrow for that. Good luck on these bets. It's beautiful. Good luck on these bets. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the live stream. Bye.